So I've mentioned how the white linen garments are the righteous acts of the saints. We looked at that. But I would be remiss if I didn't acknowledge Isaiah 64:6 that says how our righteous acts are filthy rags. And that whole term of what's translated filthy rags, some translations call it a polluted garment. There's a couple that even say menstrual rags, and that's pretty close. There's the term there, there's a couple things it could mean. One of them is a used menstrual rag. Another one is like used bandages. It's the cloths that they would wrap on a bleeding wound, and then when that's dirty and you take it off to change a bandage. Like, either case, that's gross. And that's exactly the point of that statement, that it's saying when we're trying to be righteous on our own, when you're using those righteous acts like to be your righteousness, that's how gross it is. And we all know that because that's what self-righteousness looks like to all of us. When someone is like super proud of themselves for like, oh, look how good I am, and it's the humble brag you see of someone, who fills their social media with, donating to charity or working at a soup kitchen, and it's like, ugh. And it's disgusting. And that's kind of the point. Like, God is far more disgusted by it than we are, because there is supposed to be a righteousness that comes through him, through faith, through trust, and knowing that he is righteous and there's nothing I can do to make myself righteous. And that's what makes the change between these disgusting, filthy rags and the white linen garments that are, the wedding clothes, this is the suitable attire for the great wedding feast. And it's just, whether you're trying to do it in yourself or whether you're trusting in Jesus and the works are an outflow of, that transformation and his love flowing through you. It's the acts themselves can be the exact same thing. And that's why it can be hard to tell, like, externally to someone else. Because it's, like that volunteering at a soup kitchen. It's the same volunteering. It can be the same donations to charity. It can be giving your time, talent, and treasure in great ways. And it can look exactly the same between two different people. But if one of them is doing it as just a natural response to what Christ has done through them and for them and in them, and another one is doing it trying to, balance their bad deeds to countermeasure it with good deeds, or they're trying to show how good of a person they are, or they're trying to earn their way into God's favor. Like, it's not like, oh, they're both good, but this one's a little better. It's like, no, these are the clean white garments. This is the perfection that Jesus said, please let me give this to you. Versus, these are disgusting, filthy rags that none of us want anything to do with that. And it's all a question of where it comes from. Don't let the acts, confuse you. Don't let it be a question of what are you doing, but why you're doing it matters so much.